like, no, he's dropping around in his hot box. Like, how much money can he have anyways? His windows don't work and his AC don't work. And I was not like necessarily intimidated by older men, but I was a virgin at the time. So I definitely wasn't finna jump off the porch with a grown man. Like, you got enough experience for the both of us, okay? So my cousin was like, just that and the third, like, so I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And eventually he ended up getting my number. So he would like text me and like call me. I would not answer his phone calls. Like, he would text me and like I would just be so mean in the text messages and stuff, like just throwing salt. I guess that kind of like excited him. Some men like the challenge. Some people, they feel like you playing hard to get, so they want to like wear you down.
And so, he did. He wore you down.
In my experience, every single relationship that I was in where somebody had to wear me down, it was horrible. Something was throwing me off from the beginning, okay? So he ended up texting me and stuff. So I'm talking about, this is like probably like a month and a half, almost 2 months in. So I'm walking and everything. And I was by myself at this time. So he's like, just ride with me. He was like, just take a ride with me.
Just jump in the car. Just come get in the car. Come ride with me, baby girl. Listen, you ain't got nothing to fear. Oh, you don't know that you're about to be doing 10 years in jail eventually. Man, just come get in the car. Just get in the car. Man, my daughter can't get in nobody's car. My daughter can't go over nobody's house, get in nobody's car, go and visit nobody after school, nothing. Matter of fact, we got the trackers on her. She got to have her Apple Watch on at all times. I got to meet the parents of the person's house that she's going to hang out at. I want to know exactly what's going on at all times. And you know what the funny part about it is when you communicate effectively with your child, they actually understand that you're doing it for their protection, and they will lean into your guidance as a father and as a mother, because communicating effectively and being steadfast and making sure that you are protecting your kids is very, very important. You are not their friends. Let's be clear. You are not their friends. You are their parents. Family. Stop trying to be the friends of your kids and learn to parent your kids effectively. It don't matter how they feel. It don't matter if they throw a tantrum. Don't matter if they hate you. Raise them the right way when they're younger, and then stay on top of that junk as they continue to go into teenagers. It will not depart from them. It will carry them through, even if they go through something, even if they suffer, even if they stumble. It carries with them those principles, and they will recover from it. It doesn't absolve them from having to go through things just like everybody else. But what it does do is it carries with them, because those principles and those things that you press down into them, that discipline, them early whoopings that you gave them when they were younger, so that when they become teenagers, they understand why they can't do certain things and that it's consequences that come along with their actions. Parent your children. Don't just be there for them to bail them out of jail because you already failed as a parent. Parent your children. And then they don't get in the car with dudes that is pressing them and texting them and trying to get on top of them and all of this other type of stuff. They like, you know what? I'm not even taking that way to go to school no more. And I'm going to tell my parents so that my dad can make sure that your black ass is locked up and that you're not over here trying to chase my daughter down. This is why you need two parents in a household, because often at times, not only do mothers not fully understand the dangers that come along with not having a father in a household, they don't get to see what an example of a real man looks like. Secondly, third, and most importantly, often at times, because the parent is raising that child on their own, they don't have the ability to have insight into what it is that's going on in their life at all times. See, Rita is a full-time mother. The reason that she's down here with me right now is because my daughter is in school. But she takes her to Taekwondo practice, and she's at the football games, and she's at the meetings and the parent-teacher conferences. And she participates effectively in my daughter's life on a regular basis. She is a phenomenal mother. A phenomenal mother. And she is intimately connected, and they have a friendship. And when we go out to the mall and they doing different things or whatever, and I just marvel. And I take so much pride in watching them walk down the hallway and go into the stores, because when they go into stores, they holding hands together. And then when they get out, my daughter get out, and then she come and jump on my back, and then we all hang out together. You don't really understand what that does to a young girl or a young boy's psyche, to be there and be participating and then having a father or a mother intimately involved in what it is that they going on in their life. When I see my daughter and my wife walking down the street, holding hands, right after my daughter just started having a tantrum because my wife told her she got to make sure that her room is clean before she can go anywhere. She made sure that she held her accountable before she even left the house. Hey, listen, if your room not clean, you're not going nowhere. She taught her how to be a woman in order to be able to wash the dishes effectively and take care of this stuff. And then she's hanging out with her parents, which is why I started blocking off my weekends, because I want to make sure that I capture these moments in my mind, because I've worked so hard to be able to afford the lifestyle and to buy my time back so that I can then witness these things in real time. It is imperative, ladies, that you do not let your child, if you have an opportunity to be with your father, the father of your child, stick with it, roll with it. Let your daughter and your son be able to witness and grow up in a household that's not toxic, but also conducive for the lifestyle that you want to have for your children. It's not about you. It's about them. It's not about you. It's about the children. You think that this thing is about you and it's not. It's about them. You gave up your freedom in order to prioritize what was best for your child when you decided to open your legs and let somebody skeet in you. I'm going to just keep it real with you. We're going to get back to the video in 1 second, but you gave up your right as a person that can focus 100% on you. Now, if you don't want that life, then don't have children, and then you can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. You ain't got to answer to nobody. You ain't got to do nothing for nobody. You can be as selfish as you want, and you can be justified in your selfishness because you don't owe anybody nothing. I'm with that. But when you decide to open up your legs, you then become responsible for somebody that did not even ask to be here. It is your duty. It is your responsibility. It ain't about how you feel. It ain't about what he did. It ain't about what you did. It is your duty and your responsibility to ensure that they are a productive and a great member of society, and they have every tool in order to be successful. Y'all keep coming through with all of the Band-Aid products. Oh, therapy, all this, all that. You're not going to need no therapy if you can create the oasis for your family to be able to thrive in. You ain't got to go and try to spread your trauma all out and try to figure it out, and I'm going to go hoe it out and I'm going to come back. Hey, I got a testimony. I never understood testimony service. Let me say it again. Just let me get my rant off real quick. I never understood testimony service in church. I never understood it. It baffled me. Because it was an opportunity for us to celebrate somebody going through something they never should have been in the first place. We put all of these Band-Aids on the issues instead of celebrating the person that made the right decision not to go down that path so that they wouldn't be having to drag through all of the stuff that they went through in the first place. Your kids don't have to suffer the way that you suffered. They can fail and control the environments in order to ensure that they learn the lesson so that they're not supposed to go through the same thing that you go through. They're supposed to learn the lesson. They got their own stuff that they're going to go through. They're going to make their own mistakes. They got enough stuff that they're going to go through on their own. Nothing keeps me up more at night than analyzing every single day how it was that I made an impact in my daughter's life. Whether that be through my own actions or how it is that I'm influencing her. Man, I wonder if I should have made her clean up her room before she went to bed, or should I just make sure that she cleaned it up before she go to school? My biggest problems at this point is wrestling with how it is that I can parent more effectively. I don't want to baby her too much because I want her to be responsible, and I don't want her to always be able to lean on her father. I want her to understand that she also has to do her part too. You know how much of a blessing that is? You know how much of a compliment it is when somebody says, Anton, what do you know? You only been with one girl for the last 18 years. I'll be thinking to myself, was you trying to throw a shot? Like, was that supposed to be an insult? Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully my daughter does the same thing. Hopefully your daughter does the same thing. Will you throw that as a shot if your kids do the same thing, or are you looking for them to be the thug? I don't want my daughter being with multiple different guys. I'm very thankful that at 14 years old, my daughter is still a virgin. I'm very, 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 very thankful that the foundation of what my daughter is living like is based in principles that's in God. I'm very thankful that I was able to raise my daughter in church. I'm grateful that she understands the word and she reads her Bible. I can't even believe I'm having this conversation right now. I really can't believe I'm even having this conversation right now. The most important decision that you ever gonna make in your life is who it is that you open your legs to and lay next to every day. Don't take it lightly. Stop acting like this is just something that we just supposed to skip over. It's not. This is something that's very, very important. We're shaping what our planet is going to be for generations to come based off of who it is that you raise and an impact that you have in a life. You may be either creating somebody that is going to be a serial killer or somebody that is going to birth a serial killer, or you creating somebody that's going to solve a problem that makes this earth better. Think about your responsibility and your part and how that plays out. Either you're going to birth somebody that is going to be a menace on this earth. Either you're going to birth a demon or you're going to birth an angel. It's no middle road. It's no in between. Either you get a demon or you get an angel. You have to take ownership and responsibility for either. Either you get the credit for one or you get the credit for the other, but you're getting the credit no matter what. You don't just get to wash your hands and say, oh man, that's messed up. No, you created 8 demons because you had 8 kids by 8 baby fathers and you never ever did the thing that was best for you. Which ultimately wasn't the thing that was best for them, which ultimately is somebody else in society that they don't even know yet that's probably going. It's a woman that is having a kid raised by a single mother in California that is going to meet a man over in New York that never even knew her. And that kid is going to make that man's life hell. And they don't even know each other yet. That's what you're doing. She gonna ruin his life. She gonna lie on him. She gonna use him. Have y'all thought about that? Let's get back into the show. I don't want to go on a rant for too long because then y'all be like, Anton is on his preacher stool again.